Hi, this is State Representative Mark Pocan, and welcome to my video blog. This is a special edition of my video blog. Why is it special? Well, because I'm calling it that. Just like the governor's special session on jobs. It's really nothing special at all. In fact, it has very little to do with jobs. This is our second special session on jobs this year, and the second time it's a fail. There are a couple jobs measures and a couple Democratic bills, to be fair. But there's over a dozen or more bills that are a bunch of special interest pieces of legislation for all sorts of different big businesses and other Republican moneyed special interests in this special session, and they won't create a single job. And that's the real problem with what we have facing us. In fact, there's two bills that come directly from ALEC. I just got back there. I thought it would take a little while for the bills to get put onto the calendar in Wisconsin, but nope. The Punitive Damages Standards Act and the Trespasser Responsibility Act. What? You're saying, how do they create jobs? You're right, they don't, and that's the problem. We have a bunch of special interest legislation that's written by corporations for corporations, put out there under the guise of a special session on jobs, and no jobs will be created. While the Democrats are trying to be focused on really trying to create jobs and fix the economy, the Republicans are far more focused on taking care of their special interest partners, and that's what's wrong. And I understand why Scott Walker called this, because he's worried. Right now, our unemployment rate is growing at a faster rate than the national rate in Wisconsin. He promised to create a bunch of jobs, and he's not having the success he had hoped for. And in the middle of all the debates that we're having at the Capitol right now about butter versus margarine, he has an aide who has been raided by the FBI at their home. He has another person in his capacity who's now just been given immunity from the FBI. He is very worried about where things are at for himself. So now we have the cover of a special session on jobs that really doesn't provide any jobs, but has a whole lot of new special interest perks. We are trying to focus on real measures that fix some of the attacks that we've had this year on the middle class. We're hoping that we'll be able to talk about some of those, but don't forget, one of the things about a special session is it changes the rules. And that only works for the majority. So the rules are definitely less effective for the minority party, the Democrats, to be able to do things. That's why they call a special session in place, even though we're going to do it during regular session days. It's simply to hold back on what changes we can do and how we can talk about things and how we can slow down their special interest legislation. So keep watching, keep reading my blog. We're going to make sure we talk about these bills more in depth. But you know, when ALEC is promoting these bills and they appear within a month or two of their convention on our fall calendar, you got to know something's wrong, and we're going to do our best to expose those every day. So don't forget, job session, not so much about jobs, a whole lot more about providing Republican cover. Thanks for watching today, and we're going to keep you informed on every single bill this session.